Good morning, everybody. I wanted to give you a little bit of explanation about what we're doing today and all week in the aquaponic lab. And your child is going to go home with a miniature aquaponic system that looks kind of like this. And inside will be a goldfish, some gravel, and a little bit of burlap at the top, and some microgreens, if you can see that. Now the way we're going to do this is I have a whole bunch of 2-liter containers, and some of them are a little bit bigger, almost 3-liter. If you want to bring in your own container, you are welcome to do that. I have I've done it in mason jars. If you have a half-gallon mason jar and want to bring that in, you can do that. Let me show you what else I've done. Okay. In here is a mason jar with a betta fish. Do you see that? And later on, if you want to purchase your own betta fish, you can do that. Betta fishes are pretty good in these systems. The only problem with a betta fish is that they need to gulp air from the top, whereas the goldfish do not. So if you're going to switch out your goldfish for a betta fish, make sure there's some room for them to gulp air from the top. And the goldfish that your child is going to get will be just temporary. Goldfish don't live very long. They also release a lot of ammonia in the water, which is good because the plant roots will take that up and thrive on it. The water in here is going to go through what's called a nitrate-nitrite cycle. Now, because I'm going to give your child gravel from my own aquarium and water from my own aquarium, it's not going to be that severe. So your fish should be fine. It's not going to suffer from ammonia toxicity from this cycle because I'm giving your child water that has already gone through this cycle and should be really safe for the fish. So just wanted to let you know that. You're going to have your student switch out 1/3 of the water about once or twice a week. And they can't just take tap water because most of our tap water has chlorine in it unless you have a well. So what you've got to do is take maybe a cup like this and fill it with water and let it sit out for a day or two. The chlorine will dissipate, and if you take about this much water out and replace it with this much water, then you're safe. Your fish should be safe. Also, if you can see this burlap, we're going to put some glue on the edge of it in class today, and after a day, this burlap will dry hard, which is great. So if you need to replace the water, you can just take the plant out and replace the water and put it back. Now, we're going to be growing greens like lettuce or microgreens, and so they come up pretty quickly. It'll probably take like 4 days before you start to see some seeds come up. And they really like these lights. These are the LED lights that your child's going to get in class today, which you can tell from this plant right here that they love this LED light. So when your child goes home today, it's going to be gravel with seeds in it. The plants won't be up like this quite yet. So I think that's all I needed to tell you about. Also, if you have a favorite container that you'd rather use than my dumpster diving plastic containers, by all means bring it in, and we will turn it into an aquaponic system. If you have a half-gallon mason jar and you would prefer we use that, we will. And we can use that. The only problem with the mason jar is you want to make sure that you don't put it in front of a window because glass magnifies the heat from the sun. So these are great. I like the mason jars, but you just want to be careful about the magnification from the sun. But since you're going to get a little LED light, you don't have to put it in a window. If you do get the plastic container, you can put it in a window and use the light. That way you would really get the most benefit from your system. So that's it. I just wanted to let you know what we're doing today. And if you have a little box you want to bring to put this in, or your child can hold it in the car, it's up to you. But that's basically how you take care of this. All right, we'll see you this week. Bye. Okay, 2 more things I wanted to mention. This is only if you want to do this. You don't have to do it. If you're diligent about switching out your water and providing fresh, non-chlorinated water on a bi-weekly basis, your fish should be fine. But you can get these on Amazon. They're air pump, and they're $6.44 on Amazon. At PetSmart, they're much more expensive. They're about at least $9. So I have an air pump system in some of my tanks where I have some Australian red claws, and I also have an air pump outside in my greenhouse. I just feel like the more air you can provide a fish, the better and happier they are. So if you want to go out and get an air pump, or if you already have one, this is what I recommend, and they're on Amazon Prime for $6.44. The other thing your child is going to get is a little bit of fish flakes for their little goldfish, and we're going to put a straw that will connect the top to the bottom of the gravel to under the water, and they can feed little flake of the fish food down through the straw into the water. Now, the worst thing you can do for a fish is to overfeed it. And online, I've read all these things about feed your fish every day. Let me tell you, I don't feed my fish every day, because if I did, the water would get so concentrated with ammonia that the fish would die. So I would say each time you do a water change, go ahead and put a flake of food, a flake or two, in the water. But it doesn't take much, just a little flake or two every time you do a partial water change. And they're going to get some fish food that I'll send home with them, so you don't need to buy any. And you don't need to buy the air pump, but if you choose to do that, I got mine on Amazon. Okay.